Fam, I don't blame capitalism. I blame Russia. Listen to Rachel Maddow. Here we go.
The Washington Post was first to report that U.S. intelligence agencies, in fact, discovered in recent months that Rudy Giuliani was being used by Russian intelligence to convey back to the U.S. these false allegations against Joe Biden as this year's effort by Russia to mess with our election to benefit Donald Trump. Crucially, the Post also reports that the intelligence community warned the Trump White House. The Post and the New York Times both reporting that Trump's national security advisor personally warned the president that this stuff Giuliani was bringing back from overseas about Joe Biden was Russian intelligence provided information. This was a Russian intelligence operation and not real stuff, and they should steer clear. The intelligence community warned the Trump White House, and apparently, according to the Post and the Times, the national security advisor warned the president personally out loud.
Hey,
Fam?
did you see it? Did you find it?
What's that?
My check from Putin.
Oh, it's somewhere. I don't know. Hey, Rachel Maddow, here you go. Wait. Anderson Cooper, though. Anderson Coop. Same thing. He tells us.
Rudy Giuliani also helped with debate prep. He did not contract COVID, thankfully, but new CNN reporting says that federal authorities want to know whether he's been spreading something else, namely Russian disinformation. According to an official, as well as a congressional source briefed on the matter, federal authorities are investigating whether emails purporting to detail the business dealings of Joe Biden's son in Ukraine and China are connected to an ongoing Russian disinformation campaign. They were published in stories by the New York Post that CNN has not been able to verify. The Post says it got them through two Trump confidants, his former chief strategist and now indicted alleged felon Steve Bannon.
All right, that's it. Well, it's kind of cool
they haven't been able to verify any of this.
That's why they were going after Bannon. They knew this shit was going on, so they're like, let's go arrest Bannon. Let's make him look more guilty.
I don't even like
stuff.
Bannon or Giuliani, but these people are going to the right of them. Isn't that insane to me? We're living in a world where the Democratic Party is becoming increasingly fascist, and people want to pretend that they're not, but they're literally like changing the privacy laws on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, shifting it to help Biden in the election. If that's not fascism, I don't know what's fascism to you, because that's actual fascism. That's manipulating the elections for your own political purpose, and they're using the mainstream media propaganda. Oh yes, trusted news sources like the New York Times and the Washington Post, who have literally been called liars, who have been caught lying and spreading propaganda, just like the AP, about all this crap. And this is a joke. It is a joke. I'm laughing because I feel like we're in a giant joke, because this is Russiagate was completely debunked as a conspiracy theory. Yeah. And then all these people are out there spewing more conspiracy theories, and they have the audacity to turn it around and say those of us saying that this is a conspiracy theory and that Russiagate never happened are the ones that need to be shut down and are conspiracy theorists. Yeah. And you're making the right get more credibility by doing this, because of course they're attacking Joe Biden and the Democrats. Duh, it's a freaking election year. But you're making them look right because they are right, because this is all to coddle Joe Biden from having any accountability to what he did in the Ukraine, Democrats from having any accountability to what they did in the Ukraine, coddling them from the real reason Russiagate is a thing. It's because it's entirely false, and they used it to literally rig the elections in 2016, etc.
Yeah, put that up, Johnny. Well, go ahead, fam.
I'm just disgusted. I'm just disgusted. This is still a thing. It's been 3 years, and they just want to bring it back up because people are stupid enough to, when they go on Facebook, they're like, but Putin, and now it's Putin. I laughed. I joked. I said, wait, they're going to say this was all Russia, and I was joking. Yep. But I was like not joking because I knew it was going to come true.
Joke come true. No, listen, even after the National Security Advisor, Ratcliffe, declassified all the notes from Brennan and whatnot. Declassified. Showed it. You can see that Brennan went to Obama with his notes and say, listen, the Hillary campaign, our boy Robbie Mook, who is a Mook, Joe Biden's a Mook, but they said they're going to put out this disinformation campaign and try to connect Donald Trump to Vladimir Putin and say that he was acting on behalf of Vladimir Putin. Now, they showed all this information. They show it was made up. They show it never happened. And this is just really right now recently. In fact, they released the documents that the CrowdStrike president and CEO said, and he said this back in 2017, and they just released it right now, that there was no empirical evidence that Russia hacked the DNC servers whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So they made this whole thing up, and they went out there at this whole neo-McCarthyite kind of mentality and just spreading disinformation and make you think that it's Putin, it's Russia, it's Putin, it's Putin. And even still, after all this information's been declassified, they're still going with it. They're never going to stop it. They're going to continue to tell the lie, and that's all it is a lie. And people still sit there and say they Russiagate like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they could do this. Russia could do this. Why wouldn't Russia want to do this? You're trying to make sense of
the intelligence agencies. They're still throwing these intelligence agencies out at me like
a vague statement.
Like these intelligence agencies haven't lied to you for the last 100 years. What are you talking about?
The intelligence agencies, the top of the intelligence agencies, just declassified it and showed that it was nothing more than a hoax, than a plan. Now people are saying, well, then why aren't they going after the Democrats? Why aren't they going after them and stuff? Because they're not going to go after the intelligence agencies. Even the people that Donald Trump hired, like the Gina Haspels and everybody else, they're not going to turn on their own kind. So that's why. It's like what Chuck Schumer said. You can go over there and they have 6 ways till Tuesday to get after you and screw you. And he's not lying. So therefore, this stuff will never ever come out. It will come out in the public right now as far as what we got, as far as declassification. But you're never going to see a trial, fam. They're never going to make these people be held accountable.
The only people that can make them be held accountable aren't politicians or people in the community. It's you and everybody else to stop believing this bullshit and say, you know what? If Iceland can jail their bankers, we can jail our bankers, we can jail our war criminals, we can jail our liars, our politicians that need to be held accountable. To the Hague, I say.
I mean, let me tell you something. Donald Trump is becoming really frustrated. He wants Barr to start arresting somebody, but they won't do it. Barr, who even seems to be in Donald Trump's court. Ratcliffe, who seems to be in Barr's court. Durham, who's doing the investigation, seems to be in Donald Trump's court as far as going after, like holding these people accountable, but they won't cross the line, fam. They won't cross the line. They know this is the intelligence community, and these people. They first of all they'll get their own shit exposed. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they can have a bullet this big with their name on it, it's that easy. This is the intelligence community. This is what they do. And the intelligence community, like Operation Mockingbird, is tied into the media all over the place. Mainly this establishment left-wing media of sorts. It's like a little split in this fucking intelligence community where you got some people over here and some people over here, but they're abiding by their rules. They're going along with it. The Washington Post has a contract. And, Susan Wojcicki, we said it before, is tied to the Clintons. So crazy. She gave them $50,000 in that 2016 Hillary campaign fund of sorts. So now you can't talk about pedophilia and unfair elections. Isn't it funny, fam, that those are the two things that the Clintons are accused of most right now? Bill Clinton going on Epstein's plane, and then you got freaking the elections that they stole in 2016. Because even people who are still voting for Biden this time out, they're Bernie people, they even still believe that it was fixed in 2016. So I'm like, so why are you doing it? Why are you giving back their power when you know they cheated and stole from you?
Not because Trump's so bad.
Orange man bad. But fam, that's not it. That's not the end of it too as well, because we do have some bad news for when it comes for Biden in the Ukraine. Guess what? More trouble for Joe Biden as a Ukrainian lawmaker claims a second laptop belonging to Hunter's business contacts in the country has been seized by law enforcement. Now, just to let you know, I never really brought it up. I haven't talked about it and stuff. There's also some rumors that they got a lot of pictures off of Hunter Biden's camera roll. I think the QAnon people are going to be running crazy with those kind of leads and whatnot. I'm kind of staying out of it, but I hope there is more economic ties that we can see right here when this comes out as far as what's going on. He was on Facebook talking about it Friday. That's why I was asking Johnny if he spoke Ukraine. Maybe we can watch it and stuff like that. But this battle is going to continue to go on. There's a lot more stuff to come out. So once this is announced, up until the election, they're going to have more information coming out. And we got to see if our government and our social media is going to blackmail and restrict that too as well. If they're going to fucking take it down stuff like Jack Dorsey did the other day, if they're going to suppress our voice. That's the question right now, because we're going to have a lot more stuff coming out of this. And like I said,
they're already suppressing our voice.
They're already suppressing our voice, but now I don't think that they encountered, it's like, oh my God, we had such a backlash. Jack Dorsey had to go and explain himself why he took this stuff down. You got idiots like David Frum out there and saying, this is so fake out there. Why would you even put this up there? Like, who says it's fake? Even the DNC or even the Biden camp is not there. See, there are some of your pictures, Johnny, and stuff. I heard there's a lot more pictures out there like this. You know what I'm saying?
Pictures of what?
Hunter Biden.
Oh, yeah.
Messed up. I don't know if there's pictures with girls or whatnot. There's a lot of other rumors out there, but that's not even the stuff they put forward. People have been putting forward just the economic ties from Burisma to the president at the time, to Joe Biden, the vice president at the time. And those are things that we can really grasp on and see. There are money trails. So there's going to be a lot more crap to come out, and we're going to see who's going to suppress the vote. Like, remember when I said, fam, and maybe we'll bring it back, I said this will cook his goose? And you're like, nope, he'll get away with it and stuff. Well, he's going to get away with it from our lawmakers and our government because they won't go after each other. But maybe this will cook his goose at the polls. Who knows? So we will see.
And I just wanted to point out that the no Russian conspiracy in Biden's laptop scandal, according to DNI Ratcliffe. So Ratcliffe,
this is the next article
of the National Intelligence, the director of the National Intelligence, one of the agencies you all Russiagators love to throw out, but the agencies, well, when the agency itself is telling you that this is there's no evidence that Hunter Biden's explosive emails are part of a Russian disinformation campaign, why don't you believe them this time? Specifically calling out Rep. Adam Schiff for spreading the conspiracy without evidence. Again, Adam Schiff and these people are completely complicit in spreading these conspiracy theories regarding Russiagate.
Also a carpetbagger.
It's funny that some of the people who complain the most about intelligence being politicized are the ones politicizing the intelligence, Mr. Ratcliffe said, according to Fox News. Unfortunately, it is Adam Schiff who said that the intelligence community believes that Hunter Biden's laptop and emails on it are part of a Russian disinformation campaign.
Let me be clear,
the intelligence community doesn't believe that because there is no intelligence that supports that, and we have shared no intelligence with Adam Schiff or any member of Congress.
See, he's just putting out the disinformation campaign, and then you got Rachel Maddow and MSNBC
they literally
and
just
CNN.
Got done saying all that.
They just go run with it, man. They don't even care. They're so careless. How can you not see that they are pure propaganda? Pure propaganda. And Adam Schiff knew in 2017 behind closed doors that CrowdStrike had no empirical evidence whatsoever that the DNC hackers were hacked. The DNC servers were hacked by Russia, right? Okay? And yet he still perpetuated this lie, kept on talking about this lie. It's disgusting, fam, and they're trying to get away with it again.
And Johnny, I just have that little meme I wanted to show, that cartoon.
Well, you want to do this one too? Twitter censorship crosses the line into fascism.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. But
all right. Well, there's the meme. NPR, New York Times, MSNBC, CNN. You got CBS down there. What's that over there? WAPO.
WAPO.
Ukraine. Quid pro quo Joe is holding up the friggin' mattress over there and stuff. Where's Hunter? Flynn Spygate. Is all that stuff in there? It's the look. They're pushing him up like he can barely stand and whatnot. But this is serious. This is what's happening right here, ladies and gentlemen. They put forth this ridiculous candidate, and they're going to try to push him across the finish line by using the same type of mechanism they did before, saying that the other guy is just so awful. You got to vote against Donald Trump, and here's stand-up Joe, no malarkey Joe, with a ton of baggage, a ton of bullshit. Adam Schiff was also a carpetbagger, meaning he made money off the regime change, where 40 officers died on the Maidan. I'm talking, fam. They were protecting the Capitol over there, and they got Molotov cocktails thrown on them. It was some disgusting stuff that happened before the president at the time had to escape and leave. And the coup came in and pretty much handed over power to right-wing Nazi fascists that were part of that whole new coup. That's who Joe Biden gave the thumbs up for. So talk about the Twitter censorship.
So Glenn Greenwald posted this on Twitter. He said, look carefully at what Twitter is saying to justify censoring the Biden story. If applied consistently and mean that some of history's most consequential journalism, the Pentagon Papers, WikiLeaks, war logs, Snowden docs, Panama Papers, our Brazil archive would be banned. And Twitter safety, of course, he posted about commentary on or discussion about hacked materials, such as articles that cover them, but do not include or link to the materials themselves, are in a violation of this policy. Our policy only covers links to or images of hacked materials themselves. The policy established in 2018 prohibits the use of service to distribute content obtained without authorization. We don't want to incentivize hacking by allowing Twitter to be used as distribution for possibly illegally obtained materials. Again, like, are they a publishing site or are they the authors? Like, are they going to be a platform or are they the authors? They can't be both.
A publisher or a platform, pick it.
They're using this to, of course, to coddle Biden. And if this is going to be applied across the board, is what Glenn's saying, then we wouldn't have access to all these things that have access to. Like, we wouldn't have had WikiLeaks because that would have been, not allowed. And even now with what's going on with Julian Assange, If he gets punished for that, then that also sets a precedent, a much bigger one at that. And he says so much of the important journalism that you read is based on a source providing a journalist content obtained without authorization. Like, this is journalism. You're prohibiting people from doing journalism, in other words. Beyond the above example, why doesn't Twitter ban links to the New York Times stories based on Trump's tax returns obtained without authorization? Because they're fucking hypocrites and they don't care as long as it fits their narrative. Please don't be deceived. The authoritarian mindset expressed below, celebrating mass censorship of journalism they dislike, is absolutely a significant strain in current U.S. liberalism, which is why so many of them cheered the stunning censorship yesterday. So this was, on the 15th when this is the whole that day when we got like a strike, when everybody was getting taken down. Like, this is flat out like fascism. This is censorship. Everybody should be up in arms.
This is it.
And there's too many people were cheering for that, and
because
me,
they feel it's against
disgusting.
Donald Trump, so they cheer it on
but
for him.
It's like, I don't give a shit if it's against like the worst person you could possibly think of.
Censorship is
censorship.
bad.
It's going to come back and bite the left and the anti-establishment in the butt.
Graham Elwood just released a video 18 minutes ago. Convo Couch censored by YouTube for exposing pedophilia or pedophiles. I mean, and whether first of all, we didn't even make any hard assertions about anything. We kind of just presented the evidence.
Yep.
We went off the FBI website.
FBI.
You know what I'm saying? Johnny did an amazing job. Johnny deep dive that day. He was in the hole for like 12 hours producing the story, showed all the links, even showing you cabinets from other companies, whatnot. Why in the hell, almost 4 months later, could YouTube dig into the situation, take it down, and put it down and say, you're getting a strike for this? I mean, just think about that. Just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty disgusting that they're getting away with this. And, nobody's up in arms. We have to have some type of system that's going to really, really go after these people for doing what they're doing,
And Tulsi Gabbard posted a reminder about her Google situation where she was talking about her lawsuit against Google.
This is
because
today.
No tech monopoly or any other entity should have the undue influence to suppress the freedom of speech and unfairly impact elections. If Google can do it to me, they can do it to you. And she said, let me repeat. If Google can do it to me, they can do it to you. They can do it to anyone. So again, that we're seeing Google through YouTube and Twitter and all of these giant platforms are precisely doing this. This is why she's talking about this now. This is why she has legislation. Not just for the elections, but for the whistleblowers, for Snowden, for Julian Assange. That's why this is so important, because nobody's talking about the power of these platforms and what they're doing. I mean, nobody was really paying attention until yesterday or a couple days ago, where they started literally taking tweets down, and you couldn't even post anything regarding the New York Post story. That is like absolute censorship. That is fascism. That is authoritarianism. That is like the bullshit that this country talks about. China, this and that. Like that is that. Like it's worse because this government pretends to be something they're not. Mm-hmm. Most people here aren't happy. We're not being lifted out of poverty. We don't have any of that. Yeah. So to me, it's like, really, you want to talk about China? I'm not saying China's perfect or that I want to live there, but I am saying that the United States is full of a bunch of hypocrites who literally like to pretend we're something we're not. And if we're not really going to be talking about censorship like it is fascism, and you're going to pretend that the Democratic Party isn't fascist, you're living in an alternate fantasy world, because they're just as fascist as the Republicans.
Yep. And what I'm saying, and they have so many other mechanisms that, China and Russia didn't thrust all their problems on us. We did it to ourselves. But I could just see Danny Haifong and Carl Czar going, how's that censorship going, guys? How's that? I can just see my boy Danny Haifong and Carl Czar going, yeah, sure. Tell me about fascism and authoritarianism and censorship. Go ahead, tell me about that, because that happened right in our face. We crossed the line, ladies and gentlemen, and you got to be up in arms out of it. But the fact that some people are just the TDS, really, fam, is really just gotten people in this freaking stupid state of mind that they think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? They think the ends justify the means, because why Orange Man bad? Why they continue to cheat, have more power. I mean, remember, after we leave this whole situation right now in our Congress, after this next, we have like nobody in Congress to fight for the people. Nope. We have no friends in Washington.